Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 Day of Portugal celebration here in the beautiful whaling city, New Bedford. We welcome everyone and we thank you for joining us on this magnificent Friday afternoon to celebrate the Portuguese heritage right here in the whaling city. Senhoras e senhores, muito boa tarde e bem-vindos às celebrações do Dia de Portugal de Camões e das Comunidades, edição 2015, aqui na cidade de New Bedford. Boas-vindas a todos e obrigado por fazer parte desta grande manifestação de Portugalidade aqui na cidade de Baleeira. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask a round of applause for the elected officials who have joined us here this afternoon. State Representative representing the 13th Bristol District, Representative Tony Cabral. Also representing the New Bedford City Council, Councillor at Large Brian Gomes, and Ward 2 City Councillor Steve Martins. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon and supporting this great festival. Round of applause for the Sociedade Filarmónica Senhor da Pedra from right here in New Bedford. In just a couple of moments, we'll hear the national anthems of Portugal and the United States. I'd also like to recognize the presence of City Councillor at Large Deborah Coelho, and also City Councillor Naomi Carney as well. And thank you very much for being here and supporting the festival. Senhoras e senhores, tenho todo o prazer em apresentar a Sociedade Filarmónica Senhor da Pedra, que uma vez mais é escolhida como banda oficial das cerimónias de abertura do Dia de Portugal no Bedford, edição 2015. Sem mais, vamos ouvir as interpretações dos hinos nacionais de Portugal e dos Estados Unidos. Hear it for the Senhor da Pedra band, the band we are very proud to have here in the city of New Bedford. Ladies and gentlemen, we're also proud to be able to celebrate the Portuguese culture right here on this avenue that throughout the history of the city, has welcomed so many immigrants, many who have been very successful. And in traveling up and down Acushnet Avenue, you can notice the very many businesses with an ethnic background, including, obviously, Portuguese businesses. And also, we've had throughout the years leaders of this city who have welcomed us like no others, and have also opened up this avenue so that we can celebrate our Portuguese culture. The gentleman I'm going to introduce first to say a few words and to kick off the celebrations here on Acushnet Avenue is the city's leader currently. It's the Honorable Mayor of the City of New Bedford, Jonathan Mitchell.
Thank you. Bon time. This is a fun event. It gets more fun every year, especially when the weather is like this. And especially when we get to hear the Senhor de Pedro band. You guys always come through. Let's have another round of applause for these guys. A job well done. Really great job. So it is true that the Avenue really is a melting pot, going back so many years, going back French and Polish, and more recently Hispanic, but cutting through all of it has been a rich Portuguese heritage that makes New Bedford, as I've said so many times before, the Portuguese capital of the United States. And there may be a debate, including with our friends over in Fall River and other places, but this is really it. And we're so proud of that. We're so proud that we get to have an event like Day of Portugal. And it takes so much work, not just in the week leading up to it, but all year long. And I really want to thank the committee for all of its work, day in and day out, year in and year out. Too many people to name: Carlos Penecos, Angela Amaral, and so many others who've contributed along the way to keep things going. It always helps when we get great weather like we have tonight, so that people can come out, have fun with their family, go out and enjoy some great food, patronize our local businesses, but do something else. And this is what this is really about. It's to give a gift to our children, to pass on, whether you're Portuguese or not, a little bit of the old country, to perpetuate Portuguese culture right here in the United States, right here in New Bedford specifically, because doing that, promoting that culture, carrying it forward, gives everybody a stronger sense of belonging, a stronger sense of community, and a stronger sense of their own identity. And that is a gift that is priceless. And so the work that the committee and others have done to make this happen year in, year out really does contribute to the vitality of the community in that very specific way. And whether you're Portuguese or not, whether you're Azorian or not, it really matters. So I want to thank all of you for pitching in, for making this year, as it is poised to be another successful year for the Day of Portugal celebration. And let's have a lot of fun this weekend. Obrigado.
Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. A próxima apresentação quero fazer em inglês, apesar de dirigir algumas palavras em português. Eu reconheço que isto é uma celebração do Dia de Portugal, mas como estamos aqui nos Estados Unidos, aquilo que eu tenho a dizer sobre o próximo amigo que irá dirigir algumas palavras, gostaria que mais público entendesse aquilo que eu vou dizer. Portanto, é por isso o motivo de dizer em inglês. There aren't enough good things that would justify introducing this friend of our community. We welcomed him about 2 years ago, and he quickly became one of us. He is at the festivals with us, he's at all events, he promotes his own events. And now that we're speaking of promoting, in the beginning of July, you'd like to check out the Sagres vessel, which will be here in the port of New Bedford. Beautiful Portuguese vessel, and the council has been promoting the vessel being here in the port of New Bedford. It'll be here for 2 days, so we invite you to check that out. But like I said, there are so many great things that I can say about him, but I think I can sum it up like this. If we ever had to pick a Portuguese council that would be the permanent Portuguese council, I'd be the first one to sign that petition and welcome Dr. Pedro Carneiro.
Muito obrigado, muito boa tarde. Good afternoon, everybody. I'll be brief. Yesterday we had the beautiful ceremony at the City Hall, the New Bedford City Hall, with the raising of the flag, the national anthems, some official speeches. So I'll save you today an official speech. I will just say a few words. I just want to share with you how proud I am of seeing the Portuguese feeling, the Portuguese celebration in this city, in this region. I've arrived, as Ricardo Farias just mentioned, I arrived to the city, to the region 2 years ago, and it has been a tremendous experience to see how the Portuguese here are well integrated. They love the country where they live in, but at the same time, they still have this strong connection to Portugal. And it's again, for me, I feel very proud and very honored to see that. Let me address you a few words in Portuguese as well. Eu gostaria de agradecer, tal como fiz ontem, à comissão organizadora do Dia de Portugal em New Bedford, que está aqui presente, o Presidente Carlos Pinheiros e toda a sua equipa, pelo trabalho que têm feito em manter esta tradição da celebração do Dia de Portugal em New Bedford viva. Dá muito trabalho, são 4 dias intensos, com muitos eventos e que demoram meses a preparar. Portanto, eu gostava que me acompanhassem numa salva de palmas para agradecer à comissão organizadora do Dia de Portugal em New Bedford. Vamos, portanto, ter comida, música, corridas. Eu, no domingo, venho cá correr. Trago os meus filhos também para fazer a corrida das crianças. Espero vê-los também aqui a correr no domingo de manhã e que o tempo ajude. Portanto, muito obrigado. Viva Portugal e vamos à festa. Muito obrigado.
Thank you very much, Councilor Carneiro. Also, I'd like to introduce to you another great friend of this community. He has always been a great friend of the community, even before being elected into office. He is our state representative, representing the 13th Bristol District. Ladies and gentlemen, Representative Tony Cabral.
Thank you, Ricardo. Boa tarde. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here again. Let me begin by thanking Carlos Pinheiros and the entire committee. They do work very hard. It takes really planning almost year-round to really put this kind of event together. So we are, in the community, we are very appreciative for all your work and for your leadership, Carlos, on this, because without that spirit, that work and leadership, we couldn't get this done year after year. This is the 18th edition, right? I think it's the 18th year. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you from on my behalf, on behalf of all those that I represent in this city, a big thank you to all of you. Special thank you to the band, Sr. De Pedro. You guys do an awesome job of meeting you here, and we appreciate that. This is really an opportunity for us. This weekend is an opportunity for us to showcase our traditions, our culture, our background, but showcase the contributions that we have given to this city, to this state of Massachusetts, to this great country of ours that we call, it's like a sweet name. Like in Portuguese, we usually say the word mother in Portuguese, you have to bring both lips together, right? Same thing with the word America. It's the same thing. So when we say in Portuguese, América, os lábios comes together, right? Tem que se juntar os lábios. Portanto, é lindo ver vocês aqui, é um grande prazer estar com todos vós, um grande obrigado à Comissão e ao Carlos por liderar esta Comissão, o trabalho que vocês fazem. É bonito ver tanta gente aqui no aconchego em celebrar as nossas raízes, as nossas tradições e a nossa cultura, mas sobretudo celebrar o nosso contributo, a nossa participação nesta cidade. É o nosso contributo que faz esta cidade grande, faz esta cidade melhor e maior, e tem a ver com aquilo que vocês todos, nesta comunidade, eu e nós todos juntos, fazemos para fazer esta comunidade o que é, para fazer este Estado o que é e este país o que é. Portanto, um grande obrigado e vamos à festa. Viva Portugal!
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the New Bedford City Council, Councilor at Large Brian Gomes.
Boa tarde. Thank you very much. It is a distinct honor for us to be here. I'm joined by my colleague Naomi Connie, Councilor at Large Deborah Coelho, and Ward 2 Councilor Steve Martins, where this fantastic weekend is going to get underway very shortly. On behalf of the City Council, I just want to say to Carlos Pinietro, and I hope I said that right, because me and Tony were practicing before I said it, okay? I want to thank Carlos and his committee for a fantastic job once more. This puts us on the map once more. This puts us in light of a culture that is a great part of our city that has contributed so much to our city that we can be very proud. And I stand here tonight as a Cape Verdean, but tell you for the next 3 days, I'm Portuguese. You understand? Because that's what this is all about. Enjoy yourself. God bless you all. I would like to relinquish the mic to my colleague, Steve Martins, who has a presentation for the committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, enough can't be said, as Councilor Gomes and the Mayor and the good rep and our good council from Portugal said previously, and it's so important why we continue to say that the Feast Committee that's here before you, the leadership of Carlos, I mean, they work all year round to make this possible, and they work so well together, and I'll repeat, they work so well together without any fighting, right guys? And yes, it's like a big happy family. And it's more than just a weekend event. They do a lot of behind the scenes. They do a lot of fundraising as well. That's important to know if you ever need to get involved with the Day of Portugal. It's a lot of work. And then once Sunday ends and that Monday hits, I mean, they're back at it planning the 19th annual feast for the following year. So we thank them for all that they do, and we appreciate for making this possible. Second, I want to thank all of you. All of you are on Acushnet Avenue. You're going to enjoy the great food, the great beverages that we have, the great music. But also, beyond this festival, please know that, I mean, these restaurants, these small shops, these bakeries, I mean, we're home right here to the city of Bedford, to the best restaurants, shops, and retail stores right here on Acushnet Avenue. So please support your local businesses. It is so important to do that here in the city of New Bedford, and I know that all of you will continue that. And lastly, I will say this, as I look at this, you know, the part of the band and our young generation, and I look out here and I see young generation all around. It is so important, as you heard on this stage, to keep our Portuguese culture alive. There is so much history with our culture. Our ancestors and our parents have fought so hard for our culture of what it is today. It will be left to all of us. And I look and I remind myself as I look at the part of the band, so many young people that are involved playing instruments and being part of this Portuguese culture and Portuguese community. They will rely on us to keep our Portuguese culture alive. And we must do that because there's so much history with our culture. And I know that our generation will continue to do that from our fathers and sisters who built our culture so strongly what it is today. And with that, on behalf of the New Bedford City Council, to make it official, it is an official resolution. Be hereby to all know that the City Council of New Bedford, Massachusetts, hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to the Day of Portugal Committee of 2015, who makes this all possible, in recognition of your celebration of the Day of Portugal and for your commitment to our Portuguese culture. The entire citizenry extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued good fortune. It is signed by the entire New Bedford City Council. We wish you well. Thank you very much for making this possible. Let's enjoy a very happy and safe weekend, and Viva Portugal. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Martins. Now, a name that has been mentioned here over and over again, and rightfully so, is that of the president of the Day of Portugal festivities here in New Bedford. Now, it's a great undertaking, becoming president 1 year. This gentleman has not only been president 1 year, he's done it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. This is the 6th time he is president of the Day of Portugal celebration. Obviously, he loves being Portuguese, and obviously, we love him as president. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Pinietro.
Thank you very much. Boas tardes a todos. Espero que venham o fim de semana preparados para termos festa, preparados para comerem e beber e ter uns dias agradáveis. Eu gostava de começar por dar grande abraço aqui à nossa banda, está sempre disponível, e uma salva de palmas a eles. O Centro Luso presente, o nosso clube local, muito obrigado. Também temos presentes Portuguese United for Education, a nossa escola portuguesa local. Gostava de agradecer ao Mayor John Mitchell e à cidade por todo o trabalho que eles têm, porque ia ser impossível, sem a ajuda da cidade, que a gente fizesse uma festa como esta. Não é todos os dias que podemos fechar a rua da maneira que estamos a fechar e ter uma celebração sem o apoio da nossa cidade, que é a nossa comunidade. Muito obrigado a ele e a toda a função pública. Tony, thank you very much for being part of us. Every year you're here. I appreciate that. The Portuguese Council, what more can I say? He's there from the beginning of the day till the end of the day, day after day. So we should be very thankful to him for not just doing his job, but going above and beyond his job. We've had every effort and every support from his office, and for that, I thank you, sir. And now, my committee. I'm going to start by introducing all of them. And forgive me for taking time, but I think it's fair that these people get acknowledged for what they do. And Steve Martin is very correct. We are a family. We fight just like a family. Boy, do we fight. So, starting at the end, we have Joe Amaral, who is Luis Camões. Comes out every year around this time. Angela Amaral, Veronica Medeiros, Lee, Maria Vieira. Don't be shy. Step out and wave. Sue Martin, Maria Costa, Joe Aguiar, Bill Smith, John Costa. Tony, I'm sorry. Who's under the hat? Oh, Mr. Pereira. And Tony Pereira. Not only is he a member of our committee, he's like our father, so he tries to keep everybody under control. Mike Kudo. Lourdes. And at the very end, Maria Santos. Now, this isn't the entire committee, and some of us are already out there working. I see my vice presidents over by the booth. Eddie Correa, can you wave, please? We also have Maria Tomazia here. So, folks, it takes a lot of people to put this together, and there's no reason for us to do this other than getting our community together, okay? You're looking at everyone here who volunteers their time. We meet once a week for the past 8 months, okay? The first 4 months, we meet every 2 weeks. So that's how much time it really takes to put this together. That's right. The guys that work the hardest to put up these banners, the flags, the poles, is Peter Carrero and Carlos Oliveira, who have probably been here today since 4:30 this morning, but had to go home and take a shower and change. So folks, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the 3 days. Please be safe and Viva Portugal.
Thank you very much. Presidents of the Day of Portugal celebration, Carlos Pinhanços. There isn't much more to say. Senhoras e senhores, Viva Portugal! 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 Vamos viver intensamente as nossas tradições e a nossa cultura aqui na cidade de New Bedford ao longo deste fim de semana. Estamos a celebrar não só Portugal, como as comunidades portuguesas onde estamos integrados e também Luís Vaz de Camões, nesta data que marca o falecimento do poeta mais reconhecido na história de Portugal. Viva Portugal! Uma vez mais, hoje são a banda filarmónica Senhor da Pedra.